sorry, Robin. I don't think we did any better based on your criticism from last video.
God damn it, Robin. You don't want any part of this shit right now, Robin. Get out of here. Get away. Click away from the video as fast as you fucking can.
Can't you see you're tearing us apart? Welcome back to the Alter Ego Bros. I'm Andy. That's Nick. And today we're going to be talking about Wicked for Good. So let's just jump into our score, shall we? This was an easy 10 out of 10 for me. There's just nothing to complain about. It felt like they took everything that was great about Wicked 1 and let them cook for an extra year and a half.
I feel like you're a liar.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Hasn't happened in a little while, everybody, but here we go.
Are you kidding me?
I thought that Cynthia and Ariana dragged this movie across the finishing line, kicking and screaming. I gave it a 4 out of 10.
What the fuck? Good thing you wore green and I wore pink. I'm good, you're bad.
It'd be easier to tell you what I liked about the movie, so here we go.
Wait. Should I? I think I should go first. There are a couple points that I would hit on. I felt were a little bit negative, but this was overwhelmingly positive for me. How about I go through my quick thing. I'm just because I didn't think there was a whole lot to talk about. I honestly thought you were going to be on the same page with me. So here's my quick synopsis, I guess. I felt like the story was a great continuation of part 1, and I also love the ties that it had to the Wizard of Oz. Man, you're throwing me off my game. I actually thought the acting. Okay, I'll finish my rant and I'll let him come back later. The acting I thought was also an improvement. It just felt like when you watch a TV series, you see season 2, and when you go back to see season 1, you realize, oh man, their acting got a lot better. The music was a step up too. I thought there was a lot catchier. There was also a lot more reprises in this film, and I thought there was a lot more nuance. They really thought about the intricacies about what they were writing for each different scene too. I think that too has to do with the amount of extra time they were given for this part 2. And the special effects, I think additionally was just amazing just because they were given extra time to get really more detailed in rendering out their special effects. And then cinematography I thought was just poetic. I just loved so many of the camera scenes. There were so many screenshots I wanted to take because it was like a portrait. It was so beautiful. The only real complaints I really had were some scenes were a bit long, but even at the end of those scenes, the payoff for them was just really rewarding. Also, I really thought the tensions in the political scene could have been there a little bit more. Instead of just dancing and singing about it, I thought there could have been a bit more drama, but maybe that's a limitation of keeping it rated PG for all the little kids. So that's all I have to say. Nick, you can come back now.
I disagree with everything you just said, except for the special effects. Okay. I agree with that.
Okay. You're a special effects guy, okay.
CG wise, that didn't get a mark for me. But let's get into like the overall big stuff here. Last year, we watched the first one, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. I came away thinking I could possibly give that one a better score if the ending was good. If all of this effort of waiting a year and putting more time and more effort into a second act that notoriously is rushed in the musical, that didn't happen for me. I thought they completely blew the chance that they had, and nothing was actually gained from most of this. I thought the pacing, even though they had this 2+ hour runtime, still felt weirdly rushed, and that they didn't really flesh out any of the side characters or anything like that. It was all still focused on Cynthia and Ariana. The 2 new songs that they added were very noticeable and very boring. I thought the songs in general were all so much the same. Most of what I liked were the reprises from the first movie. That shouldn't be the case for a second act of a movie. It should be able to hold its own, and I just don't think it does that on the movie. I would rather they have made one big long movie that was good rather than split them out into a good movie and, for me, a bad movie. There are so many plot holes in this entire thing and so many little quirks that just irked me that I'm just gonna rapid fire list these out for you, okay?
Oh my gosh, you're still not done. Okay, your turn.
First off, 12 turnings of the tide? Who measures time like that? They're in a landlocked country and they're talking about the tide. There's literally sand all around them. How do we,
You're so
who knows
nitpicky.
what the time was? What was the time in between the first movie and second movie? You tell me that and we'll get
12
from there.
days. It said 12.
No, it
12
wasn't 12
tides.
days. It was a
It said
year.
12
It was a
tides.
year. You didn't even know because it was so
No
bad.
way.
It was a year. It was a year.
You know. I'm not listening.
The CGI young faces for Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Yeoh were bad. They just weren't good. I hate that trend in Hollywood. That's more on that trend than it is with the movie. Why would Dorothy hang out with this version of Tin Man? Although, arguably, my favorite performance, this dude is ready to fucking murder somebody. Why would she hang out with this dude? Why would she travel the Yellow Brick Road with this guy? That makes no sense. The Cowardly Lion comes in and messes up Elphaba's new song and is like, no, she's lying, blah, blah, blah. He had a chance to leave right there. Why didn't he just leave? He could have just left. What the fuck does that, why didn't he just leave? I thought that their syncing of the Wizard of Oz storyline along with the Wicked storyline was so choppy and so weird, it didn't make sense. So Dorothy's already gone by the time that Elphaba comes in and notices that her sister's dead. That's not how it happens. She yells at her and is like, hey, you got my sister's shoes on. And that starts this whole antagonist relationship. And it's very one-sided by the time it gets to angry. Like, everybody's cool, everybody's cool, everybody's cool. Now, Elphaba's angry and she's like, hey, give me my sister's slippers back, bitch. Get in the cellar. It just came out of nowhere.
I thought you were gonna rapid fire this.
I'm doing the best that I can, bro. This
Hey,
thing was not
Okay,
good.
you're making very good points.
A 10 out of 10, Andy? No, that's because you were doing work and like where you got the wings in you got the beers in you were just having a good time being out and about. This was not about the movie whatsoever. And the whole end that Scarecrow and Elphaba just kind of fuck off with each other. Okay, number one, that trap door opened up and into the room. Nobody else sees how incredibly noticeable that would have been for Dorothy to have seen. Water! Let me get this door open. Let me get this door open. Are you gone yet? Stupid bitch.
You've re-enlightened me when it's about the storyline, because I probably should have docked it a point, maybe been a 9 out of 10 overall.
It's too late.
To your point, it did feel rushed for no reason. You were given an extra 2.5 hours to finish up this story, and yeah, it did. Like, I even felt like, why are we just now seeing the castle? It's like 10 minutes to go. Probably I'd go down to a 9. I'd bring it down to a 9. I really liked a lot of it, though.
I brought these for John. You should have got these to calm me down.
I realized we got so into it, we didn't even put it on our tier list. Maybe we have to readdress this one at the end of the year, and
You're going to challenge this one?
I'm gonna challenge this one.
Our tentative score then is
7 out of 10 overall. So we went from 8 out of 10 overall to 7 out of 10 overall. I also want to mention too, because I want to speak music, because I got to talk to my DMB crew real quick. First of all, I was told the music in the second one was better than the first one. You just said that it's worse. That's a fair point. I think it's equal. I don't think there was anything necessarily like so much better, but I thought there was some good music in the second one as there was in the first one.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
The music was a step up too.
This is where I got really muddy in the head, man. The scene where Elphaba and the guard dude, I forget his name, fell in love, and they were singing about it
where
and
they
stuff.
fucked through music?
Dude, it reminded
The
me
musical fuck
of-
scene?
No, this is to the DMB crew. You're distracting me so much.
Oh, sorry.
It reminded, I'm still on this topic, man. It reminded me of the song Say Goodbye by the Dave Matthews Band. And I was just singing that in my head. And I was like, oh, it would be the perfect fit here. This
You
is
weren't
so
even
good.
listening to the actual fucking movie. And you were like, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Baby.
It reminded me of
Yeah.
Dave Matthews Band. It's like, I could watch this again just because of that.
In this whole movie, where are the set pieces? Where's the choreography? That was a big thing that you loved from the first movie.
Yeah, it was a big
None
thing.
of
I
that
loved
was
that.
in this. None of that. And you're saying that this one is elevated over that one? I don't buy it. Nah. Nope. 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 Nah. Mm-mm. No. Nope.
Okay, I'm throwing the challenge flag. It's official. We'll readdress this at the end of the year. Maybe you'll calm down by then.
I won't.
So anyway, IMDb gave it a 7.2, and the popcorn meter is a 95. The tomato meter is 70%, and the meta score is 58, so basically a 6. So the audience gave it about an 8.5 overall, and the critics gave it about a 6.5 overall. Seems like together, we're right on the money, baby. You and I, we're great.
It's a little bit closer to the critics score, but sure. Yeah, right on the money. That's
Right on the money. Right on the money. Why do you give me, so you give me this dog shit freaking review for my defense? I already hate
No, I
this
did both
review.
of them.
Yeah, I know, but I hate the 10 out of 10 one that you found. So far,
I
this is
thought
the
we
best
were both
Wiccan
gonna
movie.
hate the movie, so I picked this one.
It starts off saying, so far, this is the best Wiccan movie this year. That's the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard.
I know, right? Okay, that's not.
I might
that
have
one's
to
not real.
surrender.
It's not real. I have a real.
Thank you.
I knew that first line would pick you.
The visuals are very impressive for me.
It's the best Wicked movie this year. Oh, you don't say.
Okay, let's look at this one. I'm just gonna read it. I'm going with it. This is gonna defend myself, whoever this random person is. 10 out of 10. As good as Wicked Part 1. Everything from the songs and acting to the atmosphere, animation, and all the small details blends so well and creates an amazing piece of work. The story never gets boring, and there are no plot holes at all. Exactly. It's rare these days to find a movie that delivers such a meaningful lesson, and this one does it in a way that feels sincere and memorable. It leaves a strong impression and makes the whole experience worth watching. 16 people found it helpful, 10 people did not. Pretty good ratio. Nick's defense, 1 out of 10. First part was far better. Wonderful actors, but the film doesn't use even half their talent. The storyline is okay, but the script feels cheap and shallow. Could have been so much better with the cast they had. The music is a complete drag. Meaningless dialogue stretched into songs with third-class blabber-like tunes. Each dialogue song keeps going higher and higher, becoming cliched, loud, and frankly irritating. The first part, 2024, was the better in every way. 16 people found it helpful, 13 people did not. By the ratios, mine wins.
by the ratios. By the ratios
We both
alone.
had 16 likes, but I only had 10 dislikes.
Okay, the ratios. That's what it's all about.
There'll be Exhibit A when we go to argue about this in a few weeks.
Exhibit, sure. All right, I will look those back up and we will see what the ratios will be by that time.
Fair enough. Okay, that will be the deciding factor.
The ratios will decide in a month's time. Or you in the comments. Let's ratio Andy. Tell him that this movie fucking sucked compared to the first one. And one long movie is the way to go.
I am curious to hear from like Wicked fans what they really thought about part 2 versus what they saw on the Broadway musical, because I've heard that the musical needed to be longer, and that's why they thought this needed to be longer. I don't know how to wrap this up. Thanks for liking and subscribing. If you didn't, please. Just remember, we've been 2 regular dudes
Doing regular reviews.
Let's just look at the overall ratings first. Okay. This might revive him a little bit.
I'm still here. Just so you know.
Everyone knows. Everyone's aware. You're fine. You're worried about your fucking speaker now.
I thought you were talking to the DMB group. Just go ahead. Ignore me.